Mrs. Bittler is here, brought to us by Pet Pals TV, coming off a fantastic birthday week. Patty, happy birthday again.
Oh.
She's like, don't remind me.
Oh.
She had a great week, maybe a little too much fun. It was great,
fun. Let's go on, but thank you very much. That's very kind.
Of course.
Still kicking, just not as high. Just still kicking, not as high. Hey, talking about you, and you're going to be on Pet Pals TV today.
Yes.
And you got, wait a minute, I got fur in my face. You've got rhinos, first off. Tell us about your connection to that.
Well, there's a lot of folks who say, okay, you go to Africa, what do you do there? And for folks who watch Daybreak, they know that I was there recently. Right. But one thing that I got to do earlier, not this last trip, but earlier, was do what we call a rhino rescue.
A rhino rescue. I love alliteration.
They're a very endangered species, both the black and the white rhino, but black even more so than the white. And it's because they're poached for their horns.
I know.
You know, horns are just like fingernails, right?
I know.
And there's this belief that the rhino horns have these mystical all-curing powers, and they are an aphrodisiac too.
Yes,
and so, unfortunately, poachers make a ton of money killing rhino and just cutting off their horns. So what several groups do, and this one in particular is called RSVP, that's actually the group together. I'm in the picture on the far left.
Oh, look at that.
We get together with a licensed veterinarian and a helicopter pilot and some safari, some park tour guides, as well as park rangers. We find a rhino and tranquilize her, and then put a microchip in her horn.
Okay.
So that we can then track if she is poached and where that horn goes. So there's the tranquilizer dart in the back of Miss Grace.
Not her best side.
No,
but
it was great, Patty, because when we hit Grace with that tranquilizer dart, it's just a little stick, and she just goes right to sleep, and she stiff-legged fell over. It was pretty funny, actually. She was just real graceful about it, so we had to name her Princess Grace.
What they tried at one point, I heard, is they tried coloring the horns, but that doesn't work.
It doesn't, no, because then they say, oh, well, now it's blue, it's even more powerful, you know? And so it's a terrible thing that happens, and we're losing a huge population of one of my favorite animals. They've sent several to the state of Texas for breeding, because Texas is actually not too far climate-wise from South Africa.
Alrighty.
Otherwise, these anti-poaching efforts are making a difference in South Africa.
Education's the key. Learn,
and just loving the animals around you.
And sometimes breaking with tradition is the right thing to do.
Right.
You wanted to tell us some more about safaris?
Right. Well, we saw rhino as well in Kruger, and they're big. They're not aggressive, but they're big, and they can be intimidated. So here's a sign with an elephant crossing, beware. Those are the rhino right next to our car. So I'm in that gold car. There's my uncle looking out at hippo, and there's the shot of the hippo. So that's how close we are to some of these animals. Again, looking out the window, and boom, there they are.
But you're so calm, so they kind of look at you and go,
well,
okay,
that's the
oh,
thing.
there's your hubby.
And there's my husband with the giraffe, and there's the giraffe. So what happens is animals think cars...
Oh, my God.
Animals think that cars are just shiny other animals.
Unless you stick your head out.
Unless you stick your head out or your arm out or a camera or a selfie stick, and all of a sudden there's like a horn or a hoof or an elbow coming out of this shiny animal. And then and like an animal like an elephant that's about the size of a car, they can get aggressive.
And it could look like another male with the horn out there. I'm going to fight him.
Yeah, an elephant could really put his foot through a car.
Look at that beauty. Oh, my gosh. I'm so jealous.
It was really wonderful. You just have to be mindful, and of course, for folks who are like, Brenna, I'm never going to get to Africa, there's a way that you can think about this anywhere you go. Just being mindful of how you present yourself to others, because that's kind of got me thinking as we're driving around. I'm thinking, any kind of aggressive behavior, you never know who's going to, you know, jump or startle, or
and you can apply that to animals too. Let them, like for dogs, don't run up and pat them on the head if you don't. First off, ask if you can, and put your hand down. Let them come to you. Don't go
Same
like
thing with
this.
Horses too. Eyes on the sides of there. You go right to the center, and your hand disappears, and they'll get a, you know. So.
Works for men too. Put your hand down. Say, "Come to me."
They come to.
It helps if you have a treat, too.
Yeah.
Look at Marcus going, what did you say?
You have a treat?
Well, what's your man getting treat for? We know donuts worked this morning for Alice, so we're halfway there.
We've got more with Brenna coming up at 10:30 on Pet Pals TV.
That's right.
With her African safari and wonderful announcements. And then at 10 o'clock, don't forget, we have Great Day TV. And that's with, we have Quinn Buckner on.
Okay.
Talking about his new assignment. He's working with American Senior Communities. Wonderful spokesperson.
And do a fantastic job there.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, Patty, we're glad to have you on, and of course your pets too, and your man getting advice. I'm gonna have to I'm going to have to see.
Well, wait a minute. Clearly, it hasn't worked for me.
What are you talking? You got
rings.
the man of your life right here.
We could do this all day.
We could. Marcus, save us from ourselves.
I'm still waiting on that treat.